The company Fruca developed its product Maximus in 2013. However, the sports drink industry was already dominated by the elite Coke and Pepsi brands Gatorade and Powerade, of which both had a 98% share of the category. Many people felt as if they didn't need another brand to choose from, creating a number of challenges for Fruca, especially since 75% of sports drink consumers were happy with the two leading products to choose from. Despite its numerous attempts in the past to break into the industry in 2007 with its faster hydrating MyZone Rapid, and again in 2010 with its attempt to expand the equity of the V brand into sports with V Isokinetic, Fruca only seemed to be losing millions of dollars. However, in 2013, Fruca set out to sell 7.5 million drinks over 2 years with a 10% share of the current category. To do this, it was needed that 200,000 people regularly consume the product at an average of 26 times a year. Fruca also aimed to increase brand awareness by 26% and to hopefully get 1 million people to try it. The target audience for this campaign is Australian males aged 16 to 44 who are living active lifestyles without being work obsessed and who want to be fulfilled by a simple drink that reflects their no-nonsense masculinity. This audience is all about having as little bullshit in their lives as possible and are always straight up. However, it was found that 62% of sports drinks were consumed outside of a sporting environment and were, however, consumed during manual labour, when people were hungover, or whilst relaxing at home. The audience wanted to stay hydrated, but found that drinking 2 to 3 litres of water a day was boring. Therefore, Fruca listened to this feedback and created Maximus. Working with the creative agency and media planning and buying agency, Fruca changed the ideals of the elite sporting drinks to create a bullshit-free drink for men to stay hydrated whilst reflecting their masculinity. Maximus kept the same taste, vibrant colours and isotonic build of the pre-existing sports drinks in the category, as well as its availability to consumers, the sports bottle-shaped packaging similar to Gatorade and Powerade bottles, and the affordability of the product. However, to individualise the product, Maximus rejected some of the other criteria used by the leading products. Maximus rejected the 600ml bottles and instead opted for the thirst-quenching 1 litre bottles, as a result of the audience's needs. Maximus also rejected the idea of power, strength, and aspirations as commonly reflected by the major competitors, as this particular audience doesn't really care about that. Instead, Maximus represents the ideas of going big and masculinity and the typical Aussie laid-back lifestyle. As for the buying aspect, Fruca knew that the elite brands could outspend them 10 to 1, so they needed to make a $1 million investment feel like $10 million. As a result, a 6-part TV series called Maximus Academy was developed, airing on Fox Sports to engage with consumers. Following the distribution of the program, retailers were on board with the product, and the numeric distribution of all convenience and grocery stores in Australia increased from 51% in June to 94% in December of 2013. By using channel planning and consumer insights to drive the campaign, the Maximus campaign was very successful and was able to target the exact audience by its no bullshit straight up approach and appeals to the general Aussie bloke, rather than trying to get people to work out in order to drink the drink. By adding the Take Measure campaign, Maximus's category share increased a further 24% and gave retailers the idea that the product was being a real contender in the market. By talking to the consumers and addressing their needs, Fruca even developed a beer-flavoured sports drink, again by using channel planning to spend a day in the life of the consumer and asking tradies what they like and how they drink sporting drinks, of which is after a beer. The creative strategy was also very successful as a part of the subjective evaluative criteria to do with segmentation and consumer behaviour, as Maximus changed its style and appearance to be different from the elite brands. The media strategy was definitely successful as the out-of-home advertising reached 89% of the target audience and prompted a brand awareness of 35%, compared to Fruka's original goal of only 26%. By listening to the consumer behaviour and even using the Pareto principle of 80% of effects coming from 20% of causes, the target audience was able to go and purchase the drink in almost every grocery and convenience store in Australia as a result of this campaign. Maximus saw the potential perceived risks included in a purchase and created the product to suit the performance for hydration, the financial needs, because it's quite cheap, and the psychological, the no bullshit aspects of the audience. As for improving the campaign, I cannot seem to fault it too dramatically. Not only did Fruka achieve its goals, it smashed them. Maximus achieved an 18% total share in the category compared to an original 10% goal, and the number of consumers increased from 282,000 in 2013 to 752,000 in 2014. I could possibly recommend, however, in the future that Fruka develops a campaign to increase the number of female consumers in the same way that it targets males. However, although females will be less likely to be all about the no bullshit aspect, but they are still quite important audience to target.